We start the warm up doing like movement. I was going to work in the stance of my player because he's a beginner and he's not used to stepping a lot. And he also lets the ball fall a lot. And I think working the stance would be the best thing to do at first. And that's what we do. What we did. We did the formal warm up, and then we moved to the balls warm up, where I did some legs movement here because my player was not used to do this cross step, and when he did it, he was used to do the cross step front and back as well. Here I explained that to the warm up he was going to do with doing the cross step and getting the ball with the left and right hand. And I did a progression here of doing only open stance and then doing the closed stance with a stepping, and that's what we did. So he was with my athlete, doing a normal warm up in the squares, getting him warmed up, getting the blood circulating through his body, doing normal stuff, nothing too crazy. So after the racket warm up, I did a kind of with a point with him. I said that I was going on trade with his backhand, and if he did more than 10, we would count up to 50, and he had to do it as fast as he could. I mean, not to like get too crazy, like not to get too fast, only to get like his guy hitting more backhands because he has no confidence in his backhand. He's a really beginner player, and was basically making him play, getting the consistency that he needed to play more backhands. So I was only feeding him to his backhand now, playing this little game up to 50. Every time he did more than 10, we would count. Every time he did less than 10, we would not count. At this point, I made a plan here to him. I said that if the ball was deep, I would count three. If it was in the middle, two, and if it was short, none. And he had 3 minutes to hit 100 balls. Of course, I told him I was not expecting him to do 100 balls. It's the only thing to do as much as he could. And I said to him, next class we can try to have to be better than he was in this practice here. So here I was going to make a hand feed to him. I was really making him to notice his step because he was not as good making good cross steps. He would sometimes lose his control, and I was basically telling him to be careful with his stance when he would recover and to enter more like front and stepping in as well. Here I started making questions of how he feels in his backhand because he really likes forehand, and I started comparing his backhand to his forehand that he could not know where his backhand was going to because he played a lot of golf, so he hits a backhand like he's hitting a golf ball, and I said to him, don't mind that, like trying to hit more in front of you. That's what gives you control when you are hitting a backhand, and that's what we made him like make him like compare his forehand to be his backhand, but only like getting the ball in front of him. So we come to the racket fed drills. I was doing 4 balls again, equal the hand drills, trying to keep up more with a play, like more every single point. In the beginning, he was kind of off, like not hitting that much. Good cross course, but he slowly got into it. He was not like stepping in. The drills we did, like he slowly applied into this drill, and I really liked how he started stepping in more into the courts and hitting better and better cross courts, backhands. So here we're starting playing some points. The scheme of the points where I was gonna play into his backhand, he could hit some points, but if I go to his backhand and if he did a cross court, he would win a point. He didn't have to win the point to actually win a point. So every time he would do a backhand cross court, he would win a point, and that's what made me up to 10 if I remember correctly. Every time he did a cross court, 1 point. He could have done more in a single ball, but he ended up doing it kind of easily, trying to get the consistency. I was trying to make him hit not only backhands, but like make him change to not get used to it, and it worked. So here we start with the 3 points. We played up to 5 because it was 3 points against me, and he's a really beginner level player. So also I said to him that if he hit a good backhand cross court, I would just give the ball to him to make him kill, to also encourage him to go for it, to not be afraid to hit the ball. And that's how we played. I would feed the ball, we would feed the ball normally, and we would play up to 5. Only he could win, not me. So to also encourage him to play more points, not be afraid of playing points, and that's what we did here.